welcome. This is a romance reading. I thought I'd do a romance relationship reading for April. I mean, really, it's just for around now, but you know, whenever you watch this video. I'm going to use the Romance Angels, pick a card from there. I'm going to use a new deck that I got, which is rather nice, and it is called the Oracle of the Roses. So I don't know if I've used that one on the channel yet or not. I may have done once, I don't know. But it's a very nice deck, and I might need to use the book with it just to see the meaning of the card. But it's very beautiful. And then I'm going to also use the fortune telling deck, that lovely little one, just to see, you know, what comes out of there. And then I'm going to use, for our message from our spirit guides, I'm going to use the messages from the angels. I just thought it's a nice gentle energy. We just had that full moon on Friday, and after a full moon, it was in England, it was Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. I got confused and I thought it was Thursday at 5:30 a.m. Oh dear, I'm such a donut. So anyway, it was Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. But you can feel the effects of the full moon 5 days in the run up to the full moon and 5 days after the full moon. So we are still in full moon energy, and that's why I'm doing a romance reading today, because you know, it's just quite, these energies in the full moon, it does bring up whatever needs to be, you know, brought to the surface to be seen, observed and released, which is usually quite an uncomfortable process, and you'll either feel that at some point 5 days before the full moon or 5 days after, and for me it was yesterday. Oh dear, yesterday was, oh, it was just, I had the weirdest thing, because I had the greatest morning, and then I just, in the afternoon, I just started to purge, and there was nothing I could do about it. So I thought, let's have a nice, gentle romance reading this morning, just to ease ourselves into the week. So I hope you're doing okay. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. And I hope you're doing okay. And if you want to book in for a reading, you know you're very welcome. Just email me or go on my Facebook page and message me there. The links are all below. So we're just asking for spirit for a message. Okay. This does look like full moon stuff. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so, I mean, it's very specific on here. It's not necessarily about forgiving your parents, but it is karmic. There is karma there that you've probably been purging out around now in April. April's sort of like a month of, you know, purging some karmic stuff out so that you can balance your energies and align yourself more to love. So let's see what we get from the Rose Oracle. It's lovely. I'll show you the deck again. It's very beautiful. I was very drawn to it, and the cards, I think I've shown you before, but they're absolutely beautiful. Okay. Oh, the Gambler. Okay, so it's a yellow rose. Fortunes, yellow rose. The Gambler. Let me read you that one. Number 30, that is. Oh, just opened the page on 29. Taking a risk could be needed. Okay. Ensure you are willing to live with any eventual outcome. It is a time of unsettled energies. You could win it all or you could lose it. You could play it safe, but whatever you decide to do, just watch out for the unexpected as well. Listen to your inner voice, any tingling sensations of caution that are sent your way. The gambler does not leave things to fate, but rather works with deliberation to ensure the odds are stacked a little better in their favour. Occasional risk takers, they are better at playing the long game. I would say that those of you that watch this reading, the relationship collective readings, I know you're, in the soul family, and I would say we are very good at playing the long game in this soul family. I do think that very much. And I also think that when we feel aligned to something and it feels within our heart, we are willing to take risks. So it feels like there's some kind of karma clearing and you've probably been purging. Your person's probably been purging. And this month there's going to be some sort of risk that you may need to take in order to play the long game and win the long game, okay? Okay, so it's talking about occupation. So you may be focusing a lot on your passions, and your person may be doing the same as well. Or there may be another meaning in there for you that makes sense to do with occupation. Okay, just add my juice. I've got tropical juice today. Oh, I need it. I need it. Right, I've got my cards round the wrong way there. Don't know why I've done that. Okay, so let's go into the recent past then. Let's just see what's been happening here. Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed. I have got the deck the wrong way around. I did see the decks the wrong way around. I don't know why. Okay, a feminine who was attracted to somebody may have, in the recent past, pulled back, okay? And wasn't offering what she was normally offering, or wasn't so attracted for whatever reason. And you may be that feminine, or the other person may be that feminine. Page of Pentacles. You know, it was sort of like a new chapter, and it sort of spontaneously happened. It's not something that you went searching for. It's something that just happened spontaneously, and it was like all of a sudden, either you pull back or they pull back, and it was sort of very uncontrollable. It's like an uncontrollable urge for that to happen. It marked a new beginning for you to become very passionate about dealing with your own issues, dealing with certain issues you needed to deal with, okay? Five of Wands, the struggle of life, you know? That's what it represents. Dealing with life's issues and having to really, you know, get better at that and focus on certain things that you had going on in your life. Or maybe this is your person and they had to go off. There were certain things they needed to focus on in their life. But somebody had a lot going on. You know, somebody had a lot going on and there was a bit of a conflict between the two of you, or something, conflict of interests. Something maybe wasn't gelling, but definitely somebody had a lot of things to focus on, so they had to sort of go off and do those things, and there's been distance or space. Okay, definitely a feminine, doesn't have to be a woman, but definitely a feminine took her attraction away from somebody. And it's been a new beginning, but it has been a bit of a struggle lately. Okay. Okay, so what's going on now? Another card in reverse. This deck is now in the correct position, so it obviously wants to come out in reverse. Trying to get more grounded, okay? After a time of maybe feeling very, very dreamy, just fantasizing, all sorts of dreams going through your mind, Right now, it's kind of like, look, I need to stop all that. I need to see things clearly. I need to be real. This week, I just feel it's like I need to be real with what's going on. Magician. I need to be real with really the state of this connection, and I need to be open. I need to be open to what Spirit may want to bring me, you know, because that's what the Magician does. Magician, that's what the Magician does best. Magician come out in the upright position, and I only read Major Arcana in the upright position anyway. Magician just basically completely trusts in Spirit, and he has the tools and the means to implement whatever Spirit wants him to implement, but he works with Spirit, so he's got the gifts and the powers of Spirit, you know. So it's like you have realised this week, do you know what, I need to get more grounded, I need to be more real, and don't go into fantasy land in my head, and be more open to how Spirit wants my life to go. It does give you the magic touch. It actually puts things more in your favour, because you're working more with the divine rather than maybe, yeah, the dreams in your head, which is more like the ego, really, to be fair. Okay, the person you think about, very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Okay, they want to make sure that whatever actions they take next are going to be the right ones. They're trying to be more wise, to be fair. Yeah, they want to be successful. They don't want to look like a fool, right? This person wants to be successful. Maybe they want to be successful in their career, but in terms of romance, they want to be successful, and they want to make sure they take the right, wise actions for themselves, okay? So that is why they are quiet. Contemplation. Okay, so what does this person think of you at this point in April? Let's have a look. Oh, blimey. Look, they are still attracted to you. They've got the Ace of Wands, right? Ace of Wands typically can represent fertility, virility, right? And it comes from somebody else. So they are definitely still very attracted to you. They're very inspired by you. If this is not a sexual relationship, this person is very inspired by you. They feel excited by you, and they feel that you were sort of brought into their life for excitement of some kind. They're a bit stressed and anxious. They are. You're not imagining it. This is confirmation. They're stressed and anxious about what the hell's going on. Look at that. 9 of Swords. That is stress and anxiety. They are totally, I want to say the word screws up. They feel completely screwed at the moment. They've got way too much mind activity with that 4 of Swords and 9 of Swords. That is why they're very, very quiet. You're trying to come away from mind activity and stop thinking about it so much, and you're just trying to be open to what Spirit wants you to do each day. That's what I'm working on. Just literally, what is it that God wants me to do today? And just focus on that. Try not to project into the future. And just work with what Spirit's bringing me each day. And that is living in the present moment. And that is working with Spirit. You know, and that can be difficult when you're purging. Like yesterday when I was purging, I felt really irritated. Because my ego wanted to obviously make contact with somebody. My ego wanted to do certain things. And it was like, no, Kerry, you can't. You just need to focus on what you're doing today, you know. And I had obviously different chores and things I needed to do yesterday. Well, and relax as well. It was Easter Sunday, so I was relaxing as well. And it was like, you know, this is a day for yourself to be on your own, Kerry. Don't touch anything and try and change anything. Just accept the way things are. Trust in God, trust in source, spirits. And I think that's what we're getting better at as a soul family, is just trusting in spirit more and accepting what's happening and just taking each day at a time, you know, and surrendering and just focusing on the things that we need to do. You know, that's probably why the occupation card came in. You know, just focus on it doesn't matter if you've not got a job, but, you know, whatever your role and sort of activities are. Okay. And we're opening up to spirit because of that, which is very good. We're much more aligned to spirit because we're not fighting things. We're just allowing. But your person is definitely thinking about you. I know that was the last reading, actually. That's really weird. I just said the exact words of the last reading, wasn't it? They are thinking about you. They're definitely thinking about you. And I actually feel they could be getting a little bit more stressed at the moment than they were on that lot. I can't remember what I said in the last reading, but I know I said they're definitely thinking about you, and I feel like they may be a bit more stressed now. Probably, I'm not surprised with that full moon, because it was a relationship full moon, the Libra full moon. How do they feel? They do want a reunion with you. Look at that, 2 of Cups. They want a reunion with you. Do you know what? I have a funny feeling, right? Because I felt that this person was going to contact because of the full moon. And they may still do, because we've still got a couple of days in full moon energy. But it may even be that they were expecting you to contact them on the full moon. Now, they may not have known it was a full moon, but obviously they've been sensing the energies like we all have. And it is possible that they may have thought you were going to reach out over the full moon. I just thought I'd say that. But yeah, what they feel is that, you know, they're trying to sort of nurture all the things that they're growing in their life, because they do want to be successful, okay? They want to be successful and they want to nurture the things that they've grown, and they know they need to be careful not to be naive, because I think in the past they may have been naive. So they're quite businesslike about things, but at the same time they've definitely got a yearning to reunite with you or come together with you, okay? Oh, gosh. How do they want to move forward? I didn't say it. They've got the Devil card. Not what I want to see, really. Okay, they have got the Strength card. Okay, that's very opposing energies. Right. They've got the Work card as well. I just saw the Work card again. So there's definitely something here to do with work and then focusing on work. I think they do that to avoid dealing with their emotions or something. Now, they've got the Devil card to the Strength, which is like 2 complete opposing forces. The Devil represents the ego, and it's all the addictive tendencies and the naughty habits and the controlling behaviours, the impulsive tendencies. The Strength card is all about controlling those and becoming a master over your ego and learning to be more graceful and have courage to deal with things in a much more balanced way. Very interesting. They kind of have this urge to carry on the way they are with you, okay? But they also realise there's got to be some kind of... They can't just be completely selfish. They can't just be completely wild or addictive or completely controlling. Like, I think they're starting to realise there has to be a bit more of a balance. So it was really surprising to see that Strength card come out. Once I saw the Devil, I thought, oh no, this person's just going to carry on basically how they have been. I think they realise there's going to have to be a bit more balance there. So it's probably not easy for this person. I'd say this person's very set in their ways and they do like to do things their way. And they want to be, in a way, in control of the connection with you. They could be, it could be because they're frightened. That they're frightened of losing control. And what that might mean. So sometimes it can come across as them being responsible and sensible because they don't want to, you know, they've got their boundary basically. They've got their boundary with you and they come across as quite responsible and careful. But then other times they can come across as controlling because they're not really allowing you in, you know. And it can come off a bit low vibrational sometimes because it's basically they're in resistance. Okay, this person is in resistance. They feel attracted to you. They want to be close to you, but they are so cautious and anxious about it that it takes them into the ego. And then obviously that is resistance because they're resisting the connection with you. And resistance is basically ego. And it takes takes the form of a lower vibration. So sometimes this person can appear to be quite free and boundaried and mature. And then other times it could come across like they're a little bit immature and a little bit controlling and a bit low vibrational because they're, sorry, my eyelash, because they're obviously in resistance. So what's hidden that you don't see? Emperor. Ooh. I would say this is that person's energy. They are the one that tends to be in control, but Emperor energy actually does represent restructure, reorganisation. Two of Wands, things that can't be harmonised. Right, the two wands can't come together, but there's an Emperor there that's looking and thinking, right, how do I restructure this? How do I make this work? How is this going to come together? There has to be a new structure in this connection for it to work. You know, I don't think that's quite clear yet, but there is something here to do with structure and organisation. Okay, Spirit is basically saying that things for you are going to move along much more smoothly. Okay, because that's smooth movement forward. I feel you could be creating the impression to this person that you're sort of moving on. Right? That you're just focusing on your own life, your own occupation, if you want to call it that, whatever, your own healing. And it's actually moving along smoother for you this week. You've got Page of Wands, you know, this is very good news. There is attraction here, there is passion. You may even have interest from another party, another person, and you may explore that, I feel. I feel you may explore other options or other interesting things in your life this week. And it's like good news for you because you're actually moving along quite nicely this week, you know. I don't know, that eyelash keeps going down. Oh dear. Yeah, you're moving along quite nicely this week. And it's good news for you this week. You could actually have some fun. Like I said, you could explore some different options this week. You could receive some good news this week. You could be doing things for yourself this week and exploring things for yourself that make you feel excited rather than dwelling on this situation. Oh, progress. 8 of Wands. Look at that. Progress. I've got 2 things to say. 8 of Wands in reverse just come out. It's upright and then it's reversed. That's the outcome. Mental. Okay, so I've got 2 things to say. I think, alright, what's going on this week is that you decide, right, I've been purging out my karma. I feel a bit clearer now. You know, I've been focusing on all my stuff. And now I'm willing to take a risk. I am willing to do what I need to do for me, right? I'm opening up to spirit. I'm looking at this situation and I know deep down I sometimes go into fantasy land over it, right? My person's quiet. They're actually still attracted to me. They're just stressed because they're very much in resistance. They're very much a Jekyll and Hyde. 1 minute they're all over me, next minute they're very boundaried and it's really confusing. I know deep down they do like me. And deep down as well, I've said many times, I don't think this connection really goes away. I think it is long term. Now, trust in spirit, there is some difficulties here that it's difficult to harmonise between the 2 of you, but there's going to be some restructuring and organisation going on. I don't know how, but, well, the thing is, this week, you're just focusing on moving forward and, you know, you could be exploring other options and different things that you want to explore because you're in the magician energy. And it's like, do you know what? I'm actually going to say to myself, this connection isn't really where I want it to be. It hasn't been progressing how I want it to progress. And maybe that is for a reason. Maybe that is because there's some things between me and this person, they're not as really as good as I would like them to be. And in my mind, I know the potential and I know they're good, but obviously it's not being reciprocated for whatever reason right now. So, you know, maybe actually I could find some other things better in other situations. So maybe it is worth me being open to spirit and exploring and being true to myself. It's not so much thinking about other people, it's more about thinking about yourself and honouring yourself this week and thinking, actually, yeah, let's go with the flow. Let's see what's going on this week. Let's explore a little bit. You know, let's have some fun. Let's enjoy myself, you know? And it's great progress for you, really. Now, you could have some attraction here because the 8 of Wands can represent the arrows of love. But in reverse, the arrows can represent jealousy. And I'll tell you what I think. I think your person is going to observe your progress. And I think they may be slightly jealous, okay? I think that is what's going to happen. And I think that's the gamble and the risk you have to take. I feel, you know, you're just doing your thing. And I feel that there's progress here for you. I feel there's progress, but then I just still feel there's a slight pull of resistance because you do still really like this person. You probably love them. And I think they're sort of resisting really wanting to let you go. I still get the vibration they kind of want you in their vicinity. But, you know, it's got to be more balanced. It's got to be more balanced. Emperor is much more balanced energy. Something hasn't been able to harmonise, you know, and it's like, that's got to be restructured. There has to be more strength in this connection. It can't all be addictive and all of their way. And that's what I think you're showing this week. You're taking the risk to just move forward and do some things for yourself. And it's good. It's refreshing. It puts you in touch with spirit. It puts you in touch with the present moment. Things are going to progress nicely for you this week. And I think your person could feel slightly jealous or kind of want to resist you moving too far out the picture. Let's put it that way. Let's see what your spirit guides are saying as we just round this message up. I don't know the time frames, whether it will all happen this week, I don't know. But I do feel the sense, that you're honouring yourself more. And as you do that, and you maybe explore different things, and that could be anything that you explore really that just makes you happy, because you're putting yourself first and you're actually being a bit more realistic and thinking, well, maybe this connection isn't as perfect as I'd like to look at it as. Maybe there are other things I can be doing that are good for me. I think your person will basically, obviously, sense you moving forward, and they won't like it. Right, your spirit guides are saying, Oceana, take action, right? Take action. You are in touch with your truth in this situation. And you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. There you go. My God. There you go. I don't know if you can read it, but yeah. You can lovingly assert yourself. I'll read it again. Take action. You are in touch with your truth in this situation. You need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Do what's right for you. You know? Do what's right for you. This situation is not perfect, and you're just living in the present moment, honouring yourself. When you're honouring yourself, you're honouring God, Spirit, and you're taking that risk to explore different things, you know, and you're moving along much more smoothly this week. But yeah, I don't think your person will like it. I think they will want to... and I think ultimately you're going to feel the pull back towards them probably, but you don't know, not necessarily. Let's see what happens, okay? So, yeah, take the action. You are in touch with this situation. You need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Peace. If you want to book in for a reading, just contact me. And thanks for liking and subscribing and also sharing.